In 2026, there's an abundance of ways to get rich, and you're probably watching this video because you like the idea of launching or scaling your AI agency, but you're also interested in a specific model I'm about to speak about. And before I do, so you know it's actually worthwhile giving your time to me, let me go ahead and give my credentials. So, hello, my name's Joseph, and for the last 3 years, I've been running this specific type of AI agency, and as a result, I've been able to scale it to over 50k per month. And what I've been able to do with that amount of money I've made is start 2 different software companies. And both these software companies right now have just over a 7-figure valuation. And the great thing I'm about to show you is you can either do the same, start your own software company, go into real estate, or you can continue scaling your AI agency to 100k plus months. The choice is yours. But in order for you to get to that stage, I like to call it chapter 2. You first need to crack the code at chapter 1. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do for you today. So look, right now you have a countless numbers of gurus out there, and they're all trying to pitch you just a range of different AI agency models. You have people saying AI dialers, go ahead and build an AI website. But the core problem with it is that they're not taking into account their biggest competitors of all time. And these competitors are software companies. Software companies want to go against these agency owners. They are a conflict of interest. What I need you to understand right now, in certain AI agency offers, the only reason that they exist is because the software is too complex to use, meaning they need to have a middleman. That middleman right now is their agency owner. But what is every single software company's #1 goal? To increase enterprise value. How on earth do they increase enterprise value? Well, it's pretty simple. They do it by making their platform 10 times easier. So as a result, they're going to get all of these consumers going away from their agency owners to the software companies, because these software companies can do it for 100 times cheaper. You don't need to have constant back and forth with agency owners. You simply log onto that software, get the job done, and it's game over. And I know you could argue, well, not every single person is going to do this. There's still going to be business owners out there who want agencies. And yeah, I totally agree with you. But you are also missing this fundamental truth. The reason why businesses still hire agencies as opposed to using their employees for certain principles, certain services, is the fact that they aren't skilled enough. But what happens when these softwares become so easy to use that their employees who aren't skilled on it whatsoever can quickly log into it, get the service done? You are absolutely screwed. And this is the problem I have with certain AI agency offers, like NA10 automations. You have AI dialers, you have AI landing pages. Is the fact that the second these software companies become better, they scale up their marketing, and they really trying to increase their percentage share of the market, they are absolutely going to wipe you out. There is no possible way on earth that you, as an agency owner, can compete against a business worth $1 billion. What? You're probably watching this, maybe making 10, 20k per month. How on earth are you going to compete against $1 billion company? You simply can't. And this is why you need to take a step back and truly understand what type of service you need to deliver to not only remove yourself from the software curse of just being taken out of business due to software companies, but secondly, you also need to understand commoditization. So what is commoditization, you may ask? Commoditization is where there's so many services in place due to AI making it so simple for someone to say, hey, look, today I'm gonna go ahead and start XYZ service. This means they are flooding the market. So what happens as a result? Well, it's actually really, really simple. Service value decreases. So people are no longer making buying decisions based upon service value. Instead, they are making buying decisions based upon how much they trust someone. And what is the best possible way to build trust? Well, it's the same as 50 years ago. One-to-one interactions. But the only difference about 50 years ago was the fact that it had to be in person, and it just really wasn't scalable. You can't scale in-person interactions. But what do we have nowadays which can really just build me rapport with as many people as I possibly want? Well, it's going to be content. I can go ahead, create content, and instantly distribute it. And what's this content going to do? Well, it's going to nurture a ton of people, build up a whole lot of trust. And it brings us on to the exact business model that I've done for the last 3 years. And this is called an AI content agency. The entire premise of this AI content agency, and it's really, really simple. All we go ahead and do, we go over to business owners who right now are creating content, but the core issue is they don't have the time to do it enough to actually see results. And secondly, they don't have the expertise, meaning most business owners right now, they typically optimize for the wrong metrics. They optimize to get tons of views, tons of likes. But the core issue, these are from people who don't care about their service and they're never going to buy. So we come in and we do the exact opposite. We make them content which is going to attract a ginormous pool of qualified people who want their help and need their help. That is what the AI content agency model does. And it completely battles the commoditization curve we are dealing with. So many of these gurus out there pitching you all of these AI services, they haven't understood that every single thing in place, like AI dialers, AI web designs, is not just being commoditized, but software companies are slowly and surely taking it over, monopolizing it, meaning you, as the agency owner, the middleman, if you want to put it that way, is slowly being completely removed and you are no longer needed. The AI content agency model, it can't yet be commoditized, and there is for multiple reasons behind it. And this is because it is a multi-dimensional offer. So let me explain what I mean by a multi-dimensional offer. When you see most of these AI services out there, they only solve one stage of a funnel. So top of funnel, middle of funnel, or the bottom of funnel. But the great thing about the AI content agency model is we solve every single stage of the funnel. So this not only prevents us from obviously commoditization and being wiped out by other AI services, which can charge a lot less, but it also makes our offer a lot more sticky. And this is because when someone works with us, they are relying on us to not only produce leads, nurture leads, but most importantly, close leads. So let me break down to you exactly how it works. And we're going to start off with the offer. This is the most important thing ever. And I'm sure you're watching this right now. And if you've created any sort of content before, I bet you've had tons of just random people reach out to you. Imagine this random person in a DM saying, "Hey bro, I like your content, but let me edit it to be better." That is the most commoditized offer ever. And when I mention AI content agency, a lot of people have that perceived idea. It is that thing, but it's not. The issue behind pitching something like this, we are pitching a deliverable. We are pitching a commodity. We are pitching a nice to have. When on earth have you ever seen someone who has nicer edits make more money? It never happens. Instead, what we do is we find out the biggest pain points our dream clients are facing, and we use AI in order to find it. We use AI to find people in the market who are creating content right now, but are doing it very poorly, aren't seeing results. We validate their biggest pain points, which is typically time and expertise. We then come in and we craft an offer which is so irresistible, it is impossible for them to say no. So here's an example. We could go to a 45-year-old boomer who's made tons of money before with other marketing channels, but they finally understand that they need to go ahead and create content to get to the next level. And we could pitch them something like this. I will make you the face of your niche through creating strategic content that attracts dream clients, that nurtures these dream clients, and books them on calls with you, already pre-sold, credit card in hand. So that's the offer. As you can see, we're far away from the commoditization of things because we're pitching outcomes, we're not pitching deliverables. And it's really, really important that you understand this. And next, we have acquisition. So a lot of my competitors in the space, they typically go after these 20-year-old gurus. And I've never really liked that idea. I've liked identifying gaps in the market which are very untouched, which I can go ahead and reach out to and basically monopolize. And this is actually going to be boomers, okay? And when I say boomers, I'm not marrying a singular niche. I've always hated the idea of saying, I'm only going to work with local business owners. No, I don't just want to niche myself down and have to marry a singular niche and have to marry a singular type of person. That never works for me. Instead, I go after these three key types of things. So these three key types of things are the following. So demographic, psychographic, and stage in business. So a demographic is going to be their age, how they think, how they feel. Psychographic is going to be their thought process. And of course, stage in business is going to be where they're at. So I only work with people who are already making money. I don't want to have to work with a broke person and just deal with tons of objections. And that's a beautiful thing about this model. We firstly don't need to work with broke people. And secondly, we never need to marry a singular niche. We don't just need to say, hey, I'm only going to work with local plumbers. I'm only going to work with info coaches. We can basically work with anyone. Because what you need to understand is this commoditization of services, it is not just limited to the internet money world. It is everywhere. Every single business owner is realizing right now that their service is just becoming commoditized and less desirable. Instead, people are making buying decisions based upon trust, further enforcing how important content is and how we need to be the person who basically, imagine a mountain. All we're doing is just filling that void. We are being the people who basically bridge the channel. We're allowing business owners to walk over the bridge, build trust with consumers, and as a result, make the most amount of money. So now you understand who you're selling to. We of course need to focus on their acquisition models, and there's going to be multiple for it. So of course you can run paid ads, you can do outbound, and obviously you can also do content. So what I do for my AI agency is a mixture of outbound and content. The really cool thing is, and we're obviously edit some like effects on it on screen so you can see it firsthand, my two software companies are focused on these two things. So what one of my software companies does, it is an AI lead finder. So what this AI lead finder basically does is it able to find dream clients of yours who want your help, need your help, and are ready to buy. All you do is type in a simple prompt, I'm trying to find XYZ, it will go ahead and deliver it to you. By the way, this software is completely free. So if you just go to the description below, you can actually sign up and start finding dream clients today for completely free. And then we have my other software. It is a content software. And the really, really cool thing about it is, and from my 3 years of helping business owners scale to hundreds of thousands of followers, make over 1.5 million collected between all of them, is that the biggest challenge we ever dealt with was really trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. With my software, it's able to scrape all of the competitors' videos, understand what works for them, what doesn't, take the best parts of their videos, re-script it to sound like me, if I'm making my own content, and when we're fulfilling for our own clients, of course, we use that software as well. So they are the two predominant ways we go about getting dream clients. And it's a really simple process because we're literally leveraging AI. It's bringing us dream clients. We're using our content to nurture them. All we do is send them a simple message, value first message, offering to send them. And this is really, really important. You understand this. What we do is we offer to send them a Loom video. So this Loom video is personalized and it provides them with a content strategy which teaches them, of course, how to attract dream clients, nurture dream clients, and then get them to be booked on calls, pre-sold and ready to buy. And this has been my most effective strategy of getting to over 50K per month. And of course, having the money to cash flow my software businesses. It is just an amazing acquisition strategy and I recommend it for anyone. And now we are on fulfillment, and this couldn't be easier. So when it comes to your fulfillment, there's going to be two key ways that you do it. You're going to be leveraging AI. Well, of course. But secondly, you're going to be leveraging something I like to call an output-based employee. So the cool thing about an output paid employee is the fact that they're not on your payroll, so you're never losing money for them. You only pay them on the output they produce. So let's say as an example, someone pays you $5,000 per month. Within this $5,000, part of the AI content agency package within the middle of the funnel, you got to make them YouTube videos so they can be further nurtured, all the new leads coming to them. Obviously, you're not going to want to edit those videos yourself. It makes no sense. You can't scale. So you hire an output-based editor, and all you would pay them for those 4 videos is around $900. So as you can see, you are still keeping a very high profit margin and you are not losing, because realistically, and people who edit their own videos know, it's going to take around 10 hours to edit every single YouTube video. So 40 hours. And I'm sure anyone watching this, your 40 hours is worth a lot more than $900, right? You're only giving up a small amount of money, meaning the rest of the money you can keep yourself to further scale your business. And with the AI, once again, it doesn't cost too much money. So you're keeping extremely high profit margins and you're not using your time because you're leveraging both AI output, and secondly, you are leveraging output-based employees. And this is why this model works so well. And once you crack the entire code for this, well, it is extremely simple. All you go ahead and do is scale it to the moon. You can scale it however high you want. You can take it to 50K per month like me, just keep it cash flowing, get a few new clients every single month, have really, really high retention. You can actually check out my other videos to fact check this. I made a case study breaking down exactly how I've been able to keep a client for over 2 years. His name's Matt, using this exact model because it's so sticky, meaning you can just cash flow it, decide what other business model you decide to do, whether it's software, real estate, or just continue scaling it. Quite frankly, I don't care. My goal within this video is to get you past chapter 1 so you can get into chapter 2. And that is why this model is so great. So to really just wrap up this video, if you're looking to get into any AI agency going into 2026, or you already run one but you're not really seeing results, I suggest doing your research, watching this video, researching around, and you're going to see every single trend out there, every single piece of data is pointing towards exactly what I'm saying. The commoditization of services, trust value increasing, consumers buying based upon it, and how this right now is the best opportunity to get into. So if you want to learn more about it, I actually have a more in-depth training in the description below. Or if you want to check out my software companies, you also can in the description below. But thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.